买房子一定要找经纪人吗？在买房的过程中碰到什么样的麻烦需要请律师？我们现在接下来为您请教一下王明武律师。Attorney Wang, welcome. In the state of California, is an attorney required to get involved in a real estate transaction, or do I have to hire an agent?
You're not required to do any of those things, but you're well recommended to hire an agent if you're looking for property, because it's time consuming to find a property. If you're paying an attorney to do that for you, you can be paying for his time involved, whether you're successful or not. You're not advised to do that. You should hire an agent who knows the market in your community, okay, to find, because their results, their performance is based on results. They get a commission. If they're not successful, they don't get anything. So hire an agent when you're looking for a property.
So it's just kind of like state of New York. I could hire an attorney to do the whole thing, the end-to-end transaction, but you're saying it's not cost effective to do that in California. It's better to have a real estate agent to represent me when I'm looking for properties.
Even in New York, you need an agent to help you look for properties. What the lawyer does in New York is he acts as the closing agent. He opens the transaction, he closes it for you. The same thing in California, okay? California, you have the agent finds the property for you, negotiates the deal, for example. The lawyer gets involved if you got problems with the contract and helps you close it and holds your hand in closing the deal. And the title company is also involved.
So under what circumstances do I need to get an attorney involved?
Whenever you run into real problems in enforcing a contract, whether you want to buy it and the seller backs out, or the seller wants to sell it and the buyer tries to back out, and there's a dispute and nobody can agree as to how they want to resolve the dispute, you better get involved with it. You get an attorney involved.
What would you say the number one scenario, the reason you see very common scenario when an attorney becomes very helpful in a transaction?
Whenever there's a dispute between the buyer and seller, or you see one that's coming out, or you've already bought the property and you found problems with the property, I think you're going to have to hire an attorney to, help you fix that problem. Okay. Very commonly, I find a lot of buyer's remorse. They buy a property, they overpaid for it, then they find a lot of problems that weren't disclosed to them, and they don't know what to do. And they should hire an attorney, really, that knows what he's doing to, rectify that problem for them, because the seller's misrepresentation. On the other side of the coin, the seller, again, they feel as though the buyer wants too much, and the buyer won't release the seller from, getting out of the contract. You should hire an attorney in that situation to see if you could terminate the contract and give back the deposit to the buyer.
Right. So especially real estates are so expensive in the Bay Area. Real estate is having an attorney is always a good idea to look over the deal and all the whole transaction.
Once you find the property through your agent, it's always a good idea to at least have an attorney look at the agreement to tell you if there's any problems with that particular transaction that he foresees, and he can advise you on that. And especially an attorney that knows that community and the values in that community can also give you advice as to whether you have a good deal or not.
Or business advice, you're saying?
Business advice,
All
exactly.
Right. Great. Well, thank you so much.
本资讯由王明武律师事务所赞助提供。